If you, like me, have been in this industry, the adult industry, for more than 5 minutes, you've probably had at least one random platform sliding in your DMs promising you that they are the next big thing. They got better payouts, less competition, all of it, you name it. And I need you to hear me when I say this. Some of these platforms that are reaching out to you are not just bad, they are genuinely not safe. And the problem is they don't show up looking like obvious scams anymore. No, they show up looking pretty polished, pretty friendly, eager to support creators, right? And that's exactly why so many people end up getting caught with them. So if you don't already have a system for checking new platforms before you sign up, before you upload content, before you give them your time, before you give them your identity and your work, this is something you need to fix immediately. Dial in. Let's talk. Because the fastest way to lose your content, your money, or your safety is by trusting a platform you didn't properly vet. So let's talk about at least my method for actually checking a site before I even consider touching it. And I'm not talking like some high level complicated process called the FBI and all that bullshit. No, I'm talking about bare minimum bar is on the floor. So let's go step by step. New platform reaches out to me. Let's go look at everything I look for. The first thing I looked at is the structure of the site. Is it usable? And I mean that literally, because if I'm going to be investing my time in a site, I'm going to be spending hours on the platform, right? Uploading, messaging, organizing content. It has to make sense. If I'm clicking around and I'm confused, or things are just buried, or it feels clunky, that is already a problem. The next thing I look for is accessibility. Okay, I know I'm not the best about this with creatorsbyct.co, and we need to work on some of our accessibility over there. But if I'm squinting at pale pink text on a white background, I'm already annoyed. And that might sound super small, but it's not. If they don't think about readability, if they don't think about usability, that tells me a lot about how much care went into the platform build overall. And then we start clicking everything. Go ham, click every link, every button, every page. Let's ask some questions. Do they actually go somewhere, or am I hitting dead ends? Because if I'm clicking on pages that go nowhere, or placeholders, right, that were clearly never finished, which we've seen before, that tells me that either the developer got lazy and they rushed it, or they just don't care. And I don't trust either of those when my content and my income are involved. The next thing I'm looking for, contact method, right? If I can't figure out how to reach someone when some shit goes sideways, that's a hard no. There needs to be a clear way to contact support, not just a vague form that disappears into the void and you don't know if that form actually went anywhere, right? Then there's the gut check, and I mean it. Let's talk gut. Let's listen to our guts. Does it look sketch? Does it look sketch as shit? And I know that sounds vague, but you know what I'm talking about, right? You land on a site and there's that feeling, right? The design is weird, the images don't match, the vibe is wrong, and you're just wondering, hey, I haven't entered my credit card information yet, but do they already have it? Yeah. If I even get a hint of that vibe, I'm out, and I'm not sitting here trying to rationalize or convince myself otherwise. Then we're looking at the general media that the platform is using. Are these actual platform-owned visuals, or are we looking at Adobe stock images that came with the template, maybe some WordPress-based images? Because if they haven't even spent the time to replace their stock photos, that tells me that they are not putting effort into this. And again, if that platform or that site is not going to put effort into it, what fuck am I? Why am I going to? Hell no. After that, we check for the basic pages, right? We already went over contact, but what about their about page? Frequently asked questions page, help page, legal pages. Do they exist? Are they linked? Do they actually have content that is not some AI generated slop? And if they have those social media icons on their page, I'm clicking that shit. Because I want to know, do those social media icons actually lead somewhere, or are they just decorative? Because fake links are one of those small things that absolutely points at big ass problems. Now, those are really surface level checks. And once I've done those, I move into what actually matters the most, and that is the legal side of things. Please don't skip this part, right? First question, do those legal documents even exist? What legal documents, girl, are you talking about? Let me tell you. Terms of service, privacy policy, community guidelines. Think those, right? If I can't find those on an adult content hosting site, I am done immediately. Second question, are they easily accessible, right? Or are they buried, hidden behind account walls? No, they need to be publicly accessible. And third, do I actually agree with what those legal documents say? Okay? Those legal documents are called legal documents for a reason, because those are contracts you are signing by inference. The terms of service alone can tell you everything you need to know about a platform, right? I have seen platforms, right? And we have a post about this up on Creators Spicy Tea, the subreddit, r/creators_spicy_tea. We've seen and posted alerts about platforms that straight up allow users ages 13 and over in their terms, not highlighted, not obvious, but just sitting there buried, waiting for someone to actually read it. Hi, we read it. What? This is not a small issue. These are platform ending issues. So I'm specifically looking for age requirements, especially on adult content hosting platforms. If it is an adult platform, it needs to clearly state 18 years of age or older. And ideally, they should explain how they verify that, not just for their creators, but for their users. The next legal documents I'm looking for is the copyright and the DMCA policy. Does it exist? Does it clearly explain how I submit a complaint if my shit has been stolen and redistributed on their site? Y'all, if I can't find that, I'm nervous. I'm nervous, period. Because creators deal with stolen content constantly. If a platform doesn't have a system in place for that, they are not built for creators. Right? Then we're checking their 2257 compliance page. This is a big one. This is a really big one for adult content platforms. If I do not see a 2257 or equivalent compliance statement, I have a hard time. No, I have a 0% chance of taking that platform seriously. That is bare minimum knowledge for running an adult platform. If they don't even display that, I don't trust them with anything, especially not my tatas. Hell no. After that, we're looking at moderation. I need to know, how is your platform moderated? Tell me, is it just AI, or are there actual human beings with beating hearts involved? And if they don't tell me, I'm going to go look at what's posted publicly. Does it match their guidelines? Is it, I don't know, legally compliant? Because if I'm seeing content that's posted on their platform that clearly is not legal or should not be there against their terms of service, that means their moderation is either non-existent or heavily ineffective. Let's get so real, right? Because people say and send some wild, fucked up shit to creators on a regular basis. So now I want to know, how do I report that? How do I protect me? If I can't find a clear reporting system for creators to report buyers or users who are abusing the platform and abusing the creator on that platform, I'm done. I'm not signing up. All right. Now, once I've got all of that, we're going off platform. And this is what people shouldn't skip. Start digging. Search the name of the platform on social media. Look at how they are publicly representing themselves. I'm Googling them, right? And I'm not stopping at page 1. Page 1 is the surface level shit. I'm on page 3 of Google, like, what's the T? What's the T? I'm checking creator communities, forums, subreddit private groups. I want to know what actual creators are talking about their actual lived experiences using that platform. I don't give a fuck at that point what the platform says about itself. I want to know the truth. Let me hear it from the creators. Because platforms will always market themselves as the next big, amazing, beautiful thing. No, creators are going to tell you what's actually happening. Listen to the people. And sometimes the platform, if you look close enough, they'll expose themselves. Yeah, we recently had a situation where a platform was reaching out, doing promo rounds, and looking so perfectly polished on the surface. So perfectly polished. And on their site, because we dug in even deeper, on their site, they had this giant banner of creators submitted reviews. That sounds great. We want to hear what creators have to say, except someone from the Creators Spicy Tea community did the digging for us. They actually went in and tried to find those creators' social accounts that were directly quoted, right? All of them were completely inactive, and when questioned, the response was basically an admission that, no, those reviews, yeah, they're not real. They're just placeholders for now. So that right now tells you everything you need to know. You cannot take anything that a company or a platform or a developer says about itself at face value. You have to verify it. Now let's talk about when a platform directly reaches out to you via, like, let's say DMs on social, on another platform, you name it. Because this is where a lot of people tend to drop their guard. If someone is in your DMs, I'm immediately looking at how did you approach me, right? Did you approach me from an official account? Or did you approach me from an account labeled, I don't know, like sideways walking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 with no branding? Because if it's not even a semi-professional account, that is a red flag. Don't be lazy. Then I look at the message itself. Do they tell me who they are? Right? That's number one. Do they explain that person's direct connection to the platform? I want to know why you're offering me this. Always question the narrator. That is the only lesson I walked away from historical American fiction. Always question the narrator. Then, do they clearly state what they are offering? Do they give a direct link to the site, or is it an affiliate link? If I then have to ask real basic questions to understand what this person wants from me, I'm not wasting my time. You should have had that in message 1. And then this one is a big one. Are they following the rules of the platform they contacted me on, right? If they are breaking the rules of another platform to promote themselves, that tells me they don't give a flying fuck about moderation. And if they don't care about moderation on the platform they're reaching out to me on, why would I then think they give a fuck about moderation on their own site either? And this directly affects us, you guys, because we are the ones dealing with consequences of poor moderation. I'm talking account closures. I'm talking worse, even legal action. Now, here's the bottom line. If something feels off, if it feels pushy, if it feels weird, you don't owe anyone shit. You don't owe any platform anything. You can ignore it. You can block it. You can report it. You can move on. Especially if they found you through a community that has rules against that kind of outreach. Oh my God. Honey, you're allowed to protect your own space. You're allowed to protect your own peace. And you should. Because at the end of the day, this content, this is your business. Your time is your business. Your time is so valuable. And your safety is your business. And you don't have to hand that over to a platform who didn't take the time to properly go through their checklist. So build your checklist. Make it second nature. Run through it every single time you see a new platform. Every single time someone reaches out, right? Because doing 10 minutes of research up front is so much incomprehensibly easier than trying to fix a problem after your content, your money, or your safety has been severely compromised. We've been getting a lot of reports of platforms reaching out in DMs and promoting themselves. And that's what made us want to do this. Because we're seeing a lot of these that are great, gorgeous, beautiful platforms, and then we're seeing more of them that are, holy fuck, get out of my DMs, you're a criminal. So pay attention, right? Really look, pay attention to, is this a great platform or is this criminal? All right, y'all. Hopefully this will help you next time you have platform X, Y, and Z reaching out over on Twitter or Instagram or Reddit or whatever. Take the time, do the checks, make sure you're safe before you sign any documents that say, sign me up. All right, y'all. Thanks for sitting with me, and I hope you're safe. I hope you're sane, and I hope you are flourishing.